3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1187. Yep. Before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. If you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. And thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. So getting straight into interpreting the number 1187. Well, there are 2 ones in this number, and I just now saw 111 on the timer. The number 1 for me is about having trust and faith. This could be about having trust and faith in yourself, what you're capable of, in the universe, and what is possible for you. Or maybe another person, or just a certain situation. Make sure you are paying attention to and honoring what your intuition is telling you, where it's guiding you. How do you feel called to use your strength right now? And it could be, the strength could come from having trust and faith, or persevering, or having courage. It could be, strength can show up in many different ways, and I encourage you to trust how you feel called to use your own strength right now to honor your intuition, as well as your faith. The number 8 is about loss, and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. So there could have been an uncomfortable change, or loss, or sacrifice that you had to go through or make in the past. It could be something you're doing right now. Or could be something that will happen in the future. I'm thinking about how, of course, there's going to be many instances in our lives where we are going to have to make sacrifices and experience loss. So if it's something in the future, this feels like something like the next sacrifice or loss or change you will have to move through. Moving on to the number 7. This number is about expanding your awareness and your consciousness, and becoming wiser and more spiritually connected and in tune. I usually see this number as a sign that there is something to learn or to wake up to. And it could be waking up to something brand new, or just waking up on a deeper level to something you have already, awoken to. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 8 is 10, plus 7, 17, 1 plus 7 is 8. And I am just now seeing the number 444 on the timer. You mentioned how the number 8 is about a loss or some sort of sacrifice or change. The number 4 is connected to stability and ancestry. So it feels like whatever loss happened, is happening, or will happen has to do with something or someone at home, a close personal relationship, family or not, a lifestyle, a job, anything to do with your sense of security, safety, and stability. So it could definitely be a change that's scary, or a loss or sacrifice that is very difficult. Overall, this number 1187 has called for you to have trust and faith, especially with seeing the number 111 around when I started talking about what the 2 ones mean in this number. It's very important for you to have trust and faith, especially in yourself, in the universe, or whatever higher power it is that you believe in. There is a significant loss, I want to say transformation, or sacrifice, or change from the past, the present, or the future. And it feels like there is something to learn from the pain or the fear that comes from this loss or sacrifice. And who knows, maybe having a little more trust and faith will help you see things more clearly and make it easier for you to find the answers that you need. Someone here may need to change their perspective on how they are perceiving loss in life in general, seeing it as an opportunity from the universe to learn, to awaken, instead of a punishment or, some other perspective that just really isn't helpful or even healthy. And I very much think that whatever this loss is, was, or will be, it has to do with something at home or a close relationship. So it's okay if it's difficult or if it's scary. All that matters is that you have the trust and faith in yourself that you need to have courage or to persevere, to use your strength. So there are 2 decks of cards on the table. We have the Prisma Visions Tarot, and these are just a deck of cards that I made myself. I'm going to start with just drawing out one of these tarot cards to get a deeper look into what this reading is about for you. Maybe you already know, but we'll see. Okay, this is actually a really nice card to get. Kind of card. The Wheel of Fortune. Interestingly, this symbol up here looks like, is it going to focus? I don't know, but it looks like the number 4. I'm not sure which planet it's for, maybe Saturn or Jupiter, but there's also the chakra of the solar plexus, your passion. I think that's more like sacral chakra, but your willpower, your identity. There's a 10 on this card, which is a confirmation of the presence of your spirit guides and a message from them encouraging you to have trust and to have faith. And I honestly think that the Wheel of Fortune is a really nice card to have the number 10 on. And I feel this way because the Wheel of Fortune to me is about good luck or good karma, things finally moving forward, momentum picking up. So, yeah, the number 13 could be significant for you. To me, that number is about good luck and good fortune, and then 1 plus 3 is 4, as we already said, is connected to ancestors and stability. So, it is possible that some sort of loss or sacrifice or transition or whatever you want to call it is difficult or scary, but it's also a really, really good thing. I think that's interesting too. Are you afraid of improving your luck or your karma and what that really means? Who or what you may have to let go to make that happen? As I said, this is a major arcana card, so this luck, it's not something small, especially when we're talking about your stability, your sense of safety, your sense of security. And this could just be confirmation of some good luck coming your way, or the potential for good luck to come your way. And it really depends on whether or not you actually see it, the decisions that you make right now, and the kind of future that you create right now in the present. So maybe there is someone or something to let go of to get you closer to having more fortune or good luck in your life. Or like I said before, it could just be confirmation of something that has already happened, is happening, that you know will happen. Could definitely be confirmation for somebody. Maybe your intuition is already bringing this to your attention, and this is just to help you have more trust and more faith in what your intuition is telling you. But I'm going to move on to these other cards now. I'm going to draw 2 of them. So this card, wow, says evaluate 3D and find a balance. And at the top there, I have a number 4. So it's very clear to me that there is something in your 3D reality that is imbalanced. Maybe there's a lack of fairness, a lack of priorities, some sort of lack here that needs to be fulfilled through release. And this does say mentions your 3D reality, relationships and situations outside of yourself. But it could also be something within you, an imbalance within you that needs to be resolved. So that way, whether the imbalance is inside or outside, feels like only good things can come from that resolution. For the last card, I have a number, the number 6. It says compassion, happy, joy, positive, want, and fulfillment. Maybe what will help you let go is compassion. Compassion for yourself, another person, being more patient and understanding with the universe and, how it's created you and where it's taking you. The number 6 I typically interpret as encouragement other than what's on the card. I mean, I guess compassion is part of what I'm about to say, but I see it as encouragement to choose self-love over self-destruction, self-hate, to care for yourself, to be there for yourself, and to have a healthy relationship, a healthy and loving relationship with yourself, or a more compassionate one. I think it's possible for somebody here that there's hesitation around letting someone or something go because you don't want to be perceived as a bad person or as selfish or just in a negative way. But sometimes you just have to let people think what they think, feel what they feel. I just saw number 555 on the timer, which is confirmation of a change, transformation, transition, getting from point A to point B. Maybe someone here, there's something significant about a license or a car. I did feel connected to the Italian word patente, I think it's pronounced, which is Italian for driver's license. So it really does seem like your ancestors in particular, they've already made their presence known, and now it's like they're pointing to your ability to drive, to transport yourself. So maybe you want to get your driver's license or a car, or there's just something specific, more specific that you already know related to driving or your driver's license. Overall, well, I just saw the number 654 on the timer, which is about trusting that everything happens for a reason. Your ancestors have actually made their presence pretty well known in this reading, so just know that they want you to be comfortable, to feel safe, and to have more in life. But they need you to recognize that the only person to give that to yourself, really, is you. Of course, there's other forces at play, institutions, etc. But still, it's important to recognize the role or the part that you play in making things happen for yourself. Overall now, this reading is calling for you to ground yourself in having more trust and faith in yourself, the universe, another person, another situation, one thing, many things. Because there is some sort of loss or transition or sacrifice that has been made, needs to be made right now, or will need to be made in the future. And it's important to see this as something to learn and grow from, and to find spiritual significance in, than to punish yourself for it, or to punish the universe for it. Somebody here could help, maybe it could be helpful to have a little more patience for the universe, and to at least recognize that it doesn't have control over humans and their decisions. You know, free will. Don't blame the universe for something that a human being did, or is doing, or will do. And don't take your frustration, with not knowing everything. Just don't weaponize that against yourself or others or whatever. The cards on here are making it very clear to me that there is at least potential for good luck, for things to get better, for you to become more fortunate. There's something in your reality, potentially also within yourself, as we've already kind of talked about, to let go of. There needs to be more balance in the situation or relationship, and it seems like to create that balance is going to take some compassion, some self-love, love for others. Walking away from this with a sense of joy and fulfillment and positivity, even if it feels negative at first. you.